Wait till a couple people come in the building. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump this thing off. You know. Yeah, I've been trying to get this build out the way for the last couple days, man. But I'm so busy running around, I ain't been able to drop this thing, man. But yeah, man, I gotta do it. I wasn't gonna do it. I was like, fuck it. It wasn't meant for me to do it. I didn't um I didn't have the energy to do another Nipsey Hussle video. You know what I'm saying? I just was I was at a place, man, where yeah, man, where I just was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm energized, and somebody got to put this message out there. You know what I'm saying? Because I hear a lot of people comparing Nipsey to Tupac. You know what I'm saying? I hear a lot of people comparing Nipsey to Tupac, and I see the comparison. I see where why they say that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely see why they say that. But I'm gonna go ahead and take off. You know what I'm saying? Energy and love to the universal family. It's the Saw Amin Ra of Indigenous People Media Outlet. You know what I'm saying? Now, for those of y'all who don't know, I have a y'all the ones who's not used to me doing like hip hop videos and shit like that. Normally, I stick to consciousness, and I do the bills and so forth like that. But it's nothing new for me dealing with hip hop. I have two hip hop channels: Urban Media Fix and Hip Hop Media Outlet. Go subscribe to those channels. You know what I'm saying? But so hip hop is definitely, it runs through my veins. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm a conscious brother, I feel like you know, hip hop is definitely, that's my culture right there. You know what I'm saying? But said that to say this, Nipsey Hussle did more than pop, man. Now, this video was not to slight nobody, you know what I'm saying? Because I hold Pac at a very high regard too. You know what I'm saying? I hold Pac in a very high regard. So this video is not to slight nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that. But if we're looking at it, Pac died when he was like 24. If I'm not mistaken, he was 24, somewhere up in there. Don't quote me. Nipsey, he just got murdered when he was 33. So just from that alone, Nipsey was able to do more work as far as for our people. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know Pac was for our people, man. He was raised as a Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? And Pac was definitely for the people, but Pac didn't ever really get in that position to where he could really do a lot. You know what I'm saying? He ended up getting locked up. He had all you know, his legal troubles that he had with the cops. After he made it famous and all that. Because from my understanding, Pac never got locked up until he made it famous. I heard him say it in the interview. Until he got famous, he never been locked up, never was arrested, none of that. So basically, Pac didn't really never get to the point of where he could really give back to the community or just do any of the things that what Nipsey was on or where he was headed. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey, either way you want to go. If you want to talk about from the street aspect of the gangsterism, or if you want to talk about, on the conscious tip, you know what I'm saying? Nipsey, Peace Trap, the boy Nipsey, you know what I'm saying, on the conscious level. just like little things like that. Pac didn't ever really get, he didn't really get to get going, and then once he got with Death Row, it was pretty much like Pocket got on that gang shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know a lot of people might hate to hear that, but that's what it was. Pocket got on that gang shit, so he kind of his vision of where he might have where he started it kind of got thrown off a little bit. Once he got on the gang shit, Pac looked up to like the hood dudes. You know what I'm saying? The street dudes, the drug dealers and the gangsters. Pac looked up to that. You know what I'm saying? Pac, if you followed his career, Pac, that's what he wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to be a gangster, or I ain't gonna say he wanted to be that. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely looked up to those dudes. You know what I'm saying? And see, with Nipsey, it's different because Nipsey come from that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like Nipsey got in his 20s and started gangbanging. Nipsey comes from that culture. You know what I'm saying? So he was basically changing the way the perception was of gangs and things like that. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't necessarily promoting violence and all these things that we see every day in the urban communities. You know what I'm saying? He had made it past that level. You know what I'm saying? And Pac started out, on the Black Power and all that, but then he went backwards. You know what I'm saying? He got on the gang shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's one difference between him and Nipsey right there. But I will say this: Tupac. I feel like Tupac's music, he made more of a mark with his music than Nipsey was able to do. I feel like I can even say that I feel like Tupac might have been a better artist than Nipsey. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what this build is about. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Tupac songs impacted the world more than Nipsey songs did. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what this build is about. This build is about, the work. You know what I'm saying? Just if you listen to Nipsey's interviews, just in those interviews, he would lay so much game and so much knowledge that, you know, man, you could tell the brother was but he was before his time. I say that. The brother was before his time, man. And Pac the same way. Pac used to drop the jewels in his interviews too. You know what I'm saying? So I can't take that away from him. But just as far as putting your money where your mouth is, I should say. Pac didn't ever get a chance to run up a real bag like that to where he could do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey, most of these celebrities, when they get that bag, they run to Hollywood, they move to Hollywood, you know, and all they care about, they might take one or two people with them, but you never see them again. The hood never sees these folks again. You know what I'm saying? And they live in Hollywood with the glitz, the glamour, all the jewelry, the big cars, the fast cars, and the big houses, and the designer shit. They out there just living it up, and they forget about everybody in the places where they come from. You know what I'm saying? Which it's almost like, can you blame them from when you look at the Nipsey Hussle situation? You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, well, if I don't, run to Hollywood and, go give me a big old mansion and never go back to the hood, them folks gonna kill me if I go back to the hood. You know what I'm saying? Because I got something that they don't got. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it appears what happened with Nipsey. You know what I'm saying? It was a vindictive type of situation. Somebody had a vendetta. They envied the guy. You know what I'm saying? The details are sketchy. I heard two or three stories. One story is I heard that the dude was a snitch, and Nipsey told him that he can't come back over there to the store no more. And then another story, I heard that the dude was an aspiring rapper, and he just basically killed Nipsey for no reason. So it's like the details are sketchy on that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like jealousy, envy, and hate is basically what took Nipsey out. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's basically what took Nipsey out, man. But I don't believe in death. I feel like we live forever. You know what I'm saying? And Nipsey is definitely he lived a life that A person that lives a life up to 90 years old, 100 years old, will never do the things that Nipsey did. So he lived a full life. You know what I'm saying? Sad to say, but the accomplishments and the things that he was able to do, the people that he was able to touch. You know, a person could live to be 80, 90 years old and never do those things. So that's even worth a salute. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I feel like if he wouldn't have died the way he did, and at this time, if he wouldn't have went out at this time, Nipsey, his message wouldn't have been received. Is how it has been received. You know what I'm saying? Like in a worldwide manner, to where everybody's going back to watch his old interviews. They doing their research, and you know, I don't think the message wouldn't have been received. So it's like a person have to die in order you know for people to receive a message. You know what I'm saying? A person has to die or transition. We'll say that. A person has to transition. You know what I'm saying? Because you live forever through your legacy that you left, the memory, and your loved ones, you know what I'm saying? Friends, family, the memory, and the people that you touched, and through the bloodline. We live forever, man. You know what I'm saying? This world is an illusion. But Nipsey, you know what I'm saying? He had to transition, and basically for people to get his message, man. He had to transition at an early age for people to receive his message. You know what I'm saying? So it's a blessing and a curse, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But Nipsey definitely lives within all of us, and not picking. You know what I'm saying? Neither one over the other as far as Tupac or Nipsey, but I'm just making an assessment. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I feel like Pac music might have been better than Nipsey's. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it 100. His music, in my opinion, his music was more of a world. He had more of a worldwide appeal to his music. But I feel like Nipsey did more in the community and just as a conscious person. You know what I'm saying? How he moved. You know what I'm saying? How he was able to, you know what I'm saying, help. You know what I'm saying? His whole neighborhood. It wasn't just about him. Nipsey wasn't a selfish person. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that Pac was. Pac just didn't ever get in position to do some of the things what Nipsey did. I mean, Nipsey died at 33, Pac died at 24. So it's like, you know, if Pac was able to live longer, who was to say that what he would have done? You know what I'm saying? But as it stands today, people making the comparisons with Tupac and Nipsey, I feel like Nipsey did more than Pac. You know what I'm saying? The proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? Pac music was fire. I ain't gonna even hold you though. Pac made some dope ass music. His music was fire. Nipsey got some good shit too though. Nipsey got good music. You know what I'm saying? And he sprinkled the consciousness in the music with he sprinkled the consciousness with the ratchet shit. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta understand where he came from. That's what he came from. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, he was able by doing that, by sprinkling the consciousness in with the ratchet shit, Nipsey was able to reach people that just a regular, just a conscious dude wouldn't be able to reach. You know what I'm saying? He was able to get that ear, and then once he got that ear, then he sprinkled that conscious shit in there, and that's what was so beautiful about the way Nipsey laid down his move. That was the beauty in it. You know what I'm saying? That was the beauty in it. You know what I'm saying? It was organized chaos. You know, organized chaos, man. And I feel like Nipsey, man, was like Nipsey. He basically he was like a modern day Malcolm X. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Just hold on for a second. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Hold on. Yo, 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 yo. Right back at you. Right back at you. Hey, but look, Nipsey was the modern day Malcolm X. And I'm going to tell you why. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? To some, anyways. It sounds a little crazy. But I'm going to tell you why he was a modern day Malcolm X. Nipsey was, Nipsey was a modern day Malcolm X. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm going to tell you why Nipsey was a modern day Malcolm X. The boy Nipsey, see, back in the days, you know what I'm saying, we had the Nation of Islam, and you had your Malcolm X's, you had your Martin Luther Kings, and you had all these great leaders, you know what I'm saying, and they would speak in public forums, and they would deliver their message, you know what I'm saying, in these public forums, you know what I'm saying, and people would hear their message, and these lectures and some of the speeches that they did, you can go on YouTube right now and you can check them out. But see, why Nipsey was like Malcolm X or modern day Malcolm X is because Nipsey had a platform and Nipsey had influence. You know what I'm saying? Just like all of these rappers are the leaders of today, but they don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand their influence and the power that they have. And see, Nipsey was one of the ones to use that influence and power for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? So he used his platform to spread positivity, to give the knowledge out to the youth, and to promote, you know what I'm saying, nonviolence and all these different things to promote black empowerment and all these different things, you know what I'm saying? And this is the same message that Malcolm X was delivering. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different time. It's a different format. Nipsey had to use the music to gain the platform to be able to deliver that message. You know what I'm saying? That's the only difference. Nipsey is a rapper. But besides that, when you hear him talk, Nipsey was a modern day Malcolm X. Or not just, taking Malcolm X, but any great leader that we like we had. Your Malcolm X's, your Noble Drew Ali's, your Elijah Muhammad's, your Marcus Garvey's. Yeah. Yeah, I could go on and on, man. I can go on and on. But Nipsey was that. You know what I'm saying? It's a different time, so of course it's not going to show up in the same face like how it did in the past. You know what I'm saying? But he was definitely one of our great leaders. And, he was just able to make more headway than Tupac was able to do. You know, Tupac had a great message. You know what I'm saying? But the way his career went, he stayed in legal trouble. He had a lot of legal trouble through his career, so he was like he wasn't able to really. He had to focus on that. All his money was going to his legal situations. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Tupac was never able to run up a serious bag to where he could put his money where his mouth was. You know, and that's like the major difference. You know what I'm saying? And then just like some of the ideas, like the STEM program that Nipsey did, and the Dr. Sebi documentary. These type of things, you know what I'm saying, is what kind of propels him ahead of Tupac. You know what I'm saying? You know, as far as community work and being an activist and you know all these type of things, the grassroots type of movements. You know what I'm saying? You know, Nipsey was able to accomplish more, and that's not saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because Nipsey was able to Pac set the foundation. Him along with many other artists that came before Nipsey, they set the foundation, and Nipsey was able to use that foundation and build on it. So just for that reason alone, it's not a comparing type of situation. It's not a comparing type of deal. You know what I'm saying? It's just making an assessment when you look at these two guys' lives, because I'm hearing a lot of people comparing Nipsey and Tupac as far as saying, you know, it's Tupac all over again, especially the senseless way he was murdered, and just LA, you know what I'm saying? It's Tupac all over again. You know what I'm saying? That's what the consensus is, you know what I'm saying, to the hip hop community. But I feel like Nipsey did more than Pop. Smith Wesson peace. Smith Wesson, what? Tell me why you feel how you feel, man. Why do you feel Nipsey didn't do more than Pop? What why you say nah? You feel like Nipsey didn't do more than Pac. Tell me why you feel that way, man. I need some receipts too, man. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm not asking you who your favorite rapper was. I already said I feel like Tupac made better music than Nipsey. You know what I'm saying? As far as Tupac's music was received, it was more of a worldwide reception. You know what I'm saying? Pac made some fire music. You know what I'm saying? Pac is still, I still would say Pac is the all time as far as rap for me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, through the music, I could agree with that. And Pac's music, you know, he laid that shit in his music. He put it in his music, man. You know what I'm saying? And through his music, he inspired us. Through his music, he definitely inspired us. June Williams, can you hear me now? Is your volume down or is it my volume? Yeah, but through the music, Pac definitely inspired us. And I'm good. Can you hear now, June? Yeah, okay, okay. Well, through the music, Pac definitely inspired us. And like I say, his music was more fire. His music was more fire. You know what I'm saying? But if you listen to like Nipsey's interviews and just some of the things he was doing outside of the music, you know what I'm saying? Like he was putting his money where his mouth was. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey had a STEM program that he was working on where he was bringing Silicon Valley basically to all the inner cities across America. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm not mistaken, they got the building finished in LA. You know what I'm saying? So he was at least able to get it started in LA before his demise. You know what I'm saying? But just as far as the community work, Pac didn't never get the chance to run up a bag to put his money where his mouth was. Yeah, Pac didn't get a chance to run up a bag to put his money where his mouth was. And yeah, man. That's a fact. And I definitely will say this though. Nipsey built off the foundation that Pac set. That Pac and the others that came before Nipsey, he built off that foundation. So this is not a comparison type of situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm just making an assessment as far as Pac died at 24, Nipsey died at 33. Nipsey was able to run up a bag and he was able to put his money where his mouth was. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey did a lot of charity work in the community and all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Pac did charity work too, but Nipsey was just able to do more of it since he was here longer. You know what I'm saying? They definitely, I can't say they both was cut out that same cloth. Yeah, they both was cut out that same cloth. You know what I'm saying? You know, they both was cut out the same cloth. It's just Pac. When Pac got with Death Row, his mission kind of got derailed a little bit. Well, when he got in all of this legal trouble that he was getting into, his mission kind of got derailed to where when Pac got with Death Row, he started gang banging, man. It was like, you know, his mission it kind of changed a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Or his vision, it got derailed. When he got with Death Row, he was able to get influenced by Suge and them, and you know, Pac, his vision it got derailed, man. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey, if you check his report card, it ain't no F's on there. You know what I'm saying? It's little things that if you look in Pac's background, you know, it's little things that he done that you be like, come on, that's not, you know, that ain't it, Pac. You know what I'm saying? That ain't it. Like when Pac got shot in Quad Studios, that was because Tupac went on the news and basically like was doing some dry snitching type shit. You know what I'm saying? On the on the news, you know what I'm saying? So little shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Nip wasn't on that type of time, man. You know what I'm saying? Nip, you check his report card, ain't no F's on that motherfucker. It's all A's on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And then just the work that Nip was doing in the community. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking more to that. The community work that Nipsey was doing. Pac didn't get a chance to really get no kind of grassroots movement going like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, he didn't even have that much power or that much strength in the streets to pull it off like how Nipsey did. Like, okay, just like okay, I can Smith and Wesson. What's your handle? What's your handle again, man? Let me check you out, man. Smith Wesson. I can even say like, okay, if you're gonna say that Pac basically that he spoke heavier, I'm gonna go back to you say Pac words alone was more inspiring than Nip. I can say the same thing about Kendrick Lamar. His words alone is more inspiring than Nip's as far as the music. You know what I'm saying? And even, you know, the music. And even in his interviews, you know, Kendrick Lamar, he's a very intelligent brother. You know what I'm saying? But the difference is with those two, with Nipsey and Kendrick Lamar, Nipsey is way stronger in the streets. He got way more, you know, more power as far as like he got the hoods, man. You know what I'm saying? When you got the hood, Nipsey was able to put the conscious shit with the ratchet shit, right? He put the conscious shit with the ratchet shit, and what that did, that was able to open up all those gang members and all the folks across the nation that's in the streets. That was able to open their ears, and when he got their ear, that's when he sprinkled the consciousness on them. You know what I'm saying? So Nipsey was able to reach more people with the consciousness. You know what I'm saying? As far as you know, a Kendrick Lamar or a Tupac. You know what I'm saying? I can make another example. It's a guy called Sarah Seti. Shout out to Sarah Seti. If you ever heard any of his builds, he sprinkles the conscious shit with the ratchet shit. And that's how he's able to get the youth. You know what I'm saying? He's able to get the youth like that. And that blueprint is pretty much, you know, you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't beat that blueprint if you got somebody that's able to get the youth, because the youth is the future. You know what I'm saying? And if you're able to get the ears of the youth and to get them going in a positive direction, to get the youth going in a positive direction, man, that's the move, man. That's what we need, man. We need these babies, man. We got to teach these babies. You know what I'm saying? These old motherfuckers, it ain't, you know, it ain't about them. You know what I'm saying? It's about these babies. And if you can get these babies' ear and get them going in a positive direction, man, that just makes a better a future for us all, man. Our kids, their kids, their kids. You know what I'm saying? And it goes on and on. You know, especially like if you listen to the hip hop, it's like it's just all ratchet shit. It's hardly no artist that's basically just like you got conscious artists, but you ain't got many conscious artists that spit that shit that's fire. You know what I'm saying? You don't got many conscious artists that do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all we got is the ratchet shit out there. You know what I'm saying? And Nipsey was one of the ones that was able to sprinkle the ratchet shit with the conscious shit. But I do see like other artists stepping up, like Meek Mill. Meek Mill is definitely headed in a very positive route, man. I can see it. You know, he ain't as far as some of the community work and some of the things that Nipsey was doing, for our people. He ain't necessarily at that point, but shout out Meek, man. I see Meek, being one of the people that's able to help fill these shoes, man. And him and Nipsey was supposed to be doing a joint album together. That would have been too dope. That would have been too dope. I was actually waiting on that. I was waiting on that right there. You know? So yeah, I done went for like 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to, you know, honor the boy Nip, man. The first couple bills I did when I came on, it was like, everything was just new. So it was like a lot of emotions in the build. Even though it was a celebratory type build, it still was a lot of emotions in the build. You know what I'm saying? So this one, the smoke cleared a little bit. I was able to gather my thoughts and really give how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Nipsey did more than Tupac. But now I'm gonna take this time before I forget. Is to go at y'all conspiracy theorists, motherfuckers. Now y'all conspiracy theorists, motherfuckers, man. That shit is not consciousness. I don't know what the fuck that is. You know what I'm saying? That's not conscious, because any conscious person is going to wait till they present it with all the facts before they get to trying to speculate and make assumptions about shit. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the first build I did, I never said that it was this, that, or the third, how Nipsey died. I waited till I got all the facts, then I addressed it like that. You know what I'm saying? But that conspiracy theory shit, especially when a person gets murdered, and that's disrespectful to the family, man. When they gotta come online and hear all y'all motherfuckers on this conspiracy Illuminati shit, and they're trying to mourn their loved one, man. That's disrespectful to the motherfucker, man. So yeah, all y'all conspiracy theory motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, y'all gotta tighten up, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, that conspiracy theory shit, man, you could get stuck in that wave right there, to where that's the only farthest you can go into consciousness, is just being a conspiracy theorist. You know what I'm saying? It's deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta dig deep. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to present your facts. You know what I'm saying? When you're dealing with these different issues, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to present facts, and before you just speculate, you present the facts and you let the others speculate. You know what I'm saying? But as a conscious person, you don't just speculate and this, that, and the third. All the shit that I was hearing about the government had Nipsey killed, and the Dr. Sebi documentary, and Dr. Sebi look, if you go on YouTube right now, you can go on YouTube and look at all the Dr. Sebi videos. If it was that serious, the motherfuckers would take his videos off of YouTube. As far as, the information is out there. You know what I'm saying? If you got a lot of Dr. Sebi students that's still around. You know what I'm saying? That's got the blueprint and all that, man. So it's like Dr. Sebi, he lives on just like Nipsey's gonna live forever. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Sebi, the information is out there. So yeah, man, to think that the government would want to kill him because of a Dr. Sebi interview, a Dr. Sebi documentary, and all of this, that, and the third, which I know the government has took out many of our leaders. I know that. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just to as soon as the man died, to come out with all these conspiracy theories, you got to let the dust settle and come up with the facts. Now, if his facts lead into that direction, you know what I'm saying? After you done your research for a year or two, or however long it takes for you to come up with all the facts you need to present your case, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's different. But you can't do this shit a day or two after the man died. It's not enough time to come up with all the facts of the damn case or the situation. So yes, I do feel like the government took him out, but not they took him out because they set the conditions in the hood in the neighborhoods for us to want to kill each other like that. How, we living in a state of poverty, in these neighborhoods, and that's where crime comes from. Crime is born out of poverty and shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to look at it in a way like that, the government set the foundation for that. And that's when Nipsey, that was his demise. The hood killed him. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to say that, then okay, I can agree with that. But to come up with all these wild ass theories and yeah, man, if you're gonna mourn the brother or celebrate his life, do that. But don't just defame the man by throwing the investigation off and doing all this weird ass shit, man, which y'all people was doing, man. You know what I'm saying? And I still, after all the facts came out, I still see people still doing that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Let that man people mourn in peace, man. Let us folks mourn their loved one. You know what I'm saying? The whole world is pretty much mourning Nipsey right now. Me, I celebrate his life because he lives forever. He lived through me just like he lived through anybody else that he's touched. You know what I'm saying? So I celebrate his life, but everybody don't see shit like I see it. You know what I'm saying? Let them people mourn, man. Show some fucking respect. You know? Show some fucking respect, man. And I hate to use that kind of language, but yeah, man, that's just is what it is, man. Y'all folks was mad disrespectful with that shit, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, if you just coming into the bill, basically I was speaking on how Nipsey was able to do more than Tupac just because he lived longer for one. So he was able to accomplish more things in those 33 years than what Pac was able to do in his 24 years, I'm not comparing the two or nothing. I'm just making an assessment. And the reason why it's not a comparison is because Nipsey was able to use the foundation that Pac set and build on it. You know what I'm saying? Like Pac said in the old interview, he might not be here for the revolution, but he'll be part of he'll be that spark that sparks the mind of the revolution. You know what I'm saying? Something of that nature. But and Nipsey was that mind. You know what I'm saying? And he did a lot of community work. He gave back. He put his money where his mouth was. You know what I'm saying? If you, I would suggest all of y'all to go research about the STEM program that he was going to be bringing to all around the United States. Me personally, I fool with Dr. Sebi hard body. I study his information. I apply some of his information. But I feel like health is very important. Health is wealth. Health is definitely wealth. You know what I'm saying? But I feel the STEM program that Nipsey was bringing to LA and all across America, I feel like that was more powerful than the documentary. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, I'm not slighting the documentary or discrediting it, but the information is already on YouTube. Dr. Sebi's information is already on YouTube. The STEM program that Nipsey was bringing to LA and all across the United States, that's needed. He was basically bringing Silicon Valley to the hoods, man. So I feel like that's more of a reason for the government to want to kill him than the documentary, to be honest with you. And even the song that he made with YG, Fuck Donald Trump. Donald Trump's an egomaniac shit. He'll have a motherfucking murk for some shit like that. Well, I can't say that. I'm just playing YouTube. But I could see them two things being something to get murdered over more than the documentary. You know what I'm saying? The STEM program, what STEM stands for is science, technology, engineering, and math. You know what I'm saying? These are some of the things that's focused on in Silicon Valley. You know what I'm saying? Like with the technology, and this is where all the technology that we basically use today, it comes from Silicon Valley and some of these places like that. And he was bringing Silicon Valley to the hood, basically like to educate our people in the urban communities, you know what I'm saying, as far as this technology go, you know what I'm saying? And just, basically Nipsey was he was the type of person that show you how to fish. You know what I'm saying? And Nipsey was gonna show, by doing that, by bringing the STEM program to the inner cities, he was basically showing our people how to fish. You know what I'm saying? Going into this, going into the future. You know what I'm saying? The babies are the future, and going into the future with them kind of skills and that kind of knowledge can only just benefit in so many ways. You know what I'm saying? So, these type of things right here is what made Nipsey, you know, he did more. He was able to do more than Tupac. You know what I'm saying? As far as the community and just, being for the people, man. Being the people's champ, basically. You know what I'm saying? His message. Now I can say him and Tupac had a similar message. I could say that they both had a similar message. If you watch their interviews, Pac would talk, they both had a similar message, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's the message that we need, man. That's the message that we need. So I feel like it took Nipsey to have to die for his message to be able to be received worldwide. So that's, you got to try to look at the positive in all situations. And if I could take one positive out this whole situation, out of the passing of Nipsey Hussle, that's the positive that I take. His message was able to be received worldwide through his death, through his transition. Because we live forever through your legacy that you leave, the memory of your family, loved ones, and the people that you touch, and your bloodline. You know what I'm saying? We live forever. You know what I'm saying? So in his transition, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to use the word death. I don't really believe in death like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in death. But yeah, man. Tupac, Tupac music though, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like Tupac was a better artist as far as, the music that he made was sonically, it felt better to my ears. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey made great music too. But I just feel like Tupac was a better artist. But that's not what this build is about. This is about who did more for their people, basically. Who did more for their people out of Nipsey Hussle and Tupac? Who did more? You be the judge. I say Nipsey Hussle did more. You know what I'm saying? That's just an assessment. It's not comparing them. That's a fact. That's a fact, Gray. That's a fact, Gray. Tupac, before he got with Death Row, his vision, I don't think that his vision ever changed, even after he got with Death Row, but it got derailed because it was more or less he was doing it. He was doing the music and stuff just to survive. You know what I'm saying? At that point, you know what I'm saying? He was like, so he had so much legal trouble and so many situations that Tupac wasn't to fulfill his greatness in them 24 years. You know what I'm saying? But he was a great. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely a great one. You know what I'm saying? He had a lot of great accomplishments as well as Nipsey Hussle. I just feel like Nipsey was able to accomplish more due to shit just living longer. You know what I'm saying? 9 years longer. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he lived 9 years longer than what Tupac lived. As far as Tupac was 24 and Nipsey Hussle was 33. Tupac might have been 25, but whatever the case, Nipsey was able to accomplish more. And so when I hear people comparing and saying that Nipsey is this is Tupac all over again, I feel like, it's a valid statement, but if you really look deep into it, both of those were two kings in two different eras. So to compare them, that ain't even, that's almost disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey was a great king and Tupac was a great king. In my opinion, Tupac made better music, but Nipsey did more for his people. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, you know what I'm saying? And I could pretty much present the facts, you know, but like, see, back in them times, we didn't have social media, so I'm sure Tupac did a lot of things that might have not went on the record that we even know about, as far as giving back to the people and different things like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, a lot of the things that Nipsey did was documented because the social media age that we live in. You know what I'm saying? But Nipsey was one of Pac's sons, though. If you greater than your dad, if you, every parent want their child to be greater than them. You know what I'm saying? And Tupac was Nipsey Hussle was Tupac's son. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you want your child to be greater than you. You know what I'm saying? You want your child to be greater than you. And then even when Extension died, XXX Extension, I made a comparison to Tupac as far as I feel like Extension had that talent. His talent level was is where Tupac was. He might have wasn't able to put out that type of music or the quality of music of Tupac, but he went too soon too. He went out early too. So, but I feel like his talent level was at where Tupac was, and he had a level of consciousness. So I could have compared him to Tupac also, but Nipsey, or not compare, but I could see the Tupac comparison. But Nipsey, I just feel like he did more, and that's not slighting Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Tupac is still my favorite artist of all time as far as the music goes. Yeah, Tupac is still my favorite artist of all time. You know what I'm saying? He sprinkled the consciousness in there with the ratchet shit, and he was able to get a lot of people's ears too. Yeah, man. That's the guy, man. That basically they saying they killed Nipsey, and it's almost like, man, I'm not a fan of the judicial system. You know what I'm saying? If that was the dude, if that's the dude that killed Nipsey, I would have rather they handled it on the streets. You know what I'm saying? I would have rather they handled that one on the streets or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The details of the reason why he killed Nipsey, if he did do it, is sketchy. So it's like, if that dude killed Nipsey, man, he deserved whatever he got coming for to him, man. Ain't no penitentiary. He ain't gonna be able to go to no penitentiary in the United States and be safe. That dude gonna have to be on PC, and then he might even get killed in PC. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Buddy took out one of our great ones, man. One of our great leaders. And for Nipsey to go out in such a manner, you know what I'm saying? The dude was able just to walk up on him. A person, when you're in a Nipsey position, you shouldn't be able just to walk up on a Nipsey or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But he prided himself on being able to touch the people and the people being able to touch him. And, you know, his report card, he had all A's on that thing. So it's like he didn't die to a rival gang member or where it was just like random gang violence, a beef or something like that. It was more of a hate, envy, and a jealousy type of situation. So it's like, man, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? That was the reason for his transition. But if we're gonna take a positive out of it, it's basically that his message was able to be received worldwide. While he was here, a lot of people wasn't aware of the information that Nipsey was presenting. They just might have knew him as a rapper, or they might just knew him as '60s gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? But they never heard none of his interviews. They never heard him talk. You know what I'm saying? They just heard the music. So yeah, man, a lot of people was able to hear the message in his transition. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, me and one of my partners was talking about this yesterday. It's like, okay, what do you do? Do you get the money, right? Leave the hood, move with the rich folks, and just leave the hood behind and be like, fuck the hood, take care of your family, raise your kids, be there for your wife, for y'all could live and die together and all of that. Or do you stay in the hood like Nipsey did? and you die a martyr, and you die with your message being received around the world, and people are comparing you to Christ. You know what I'm saying? So one, you're gonna be looked at as a Uncle Tom or a coon. The other one, but the coon gonna get to live a full life. He gonna get to die. You know how they say a man dies one death, but a coward dies 1,000 times. A coon, he gets to live his life with his family, his wife. He get to raise his kids, and he get to live with all his riches, and he never comes back to the hood. But then you got this man. You got this man that does for his place where he comes from. He brings those resources back, but he doesn't die. But he's memorialized to where you know it's like he's another Malcolm X or Tupac. Which one do you want to be? Do you want to be a fucking known as a legend or a king, or do you just want to enjoy your life and just live your life? Which one do you want to be? You know what I'm saying? Because there's only two choices of how it's looking. Because this happens so many times, where Boosie said it in an interview on Vlad TV a while back. He was like, all of the rappers basically get killed in the cities that they're from, their hood. That's where they get killed at. So, which one do you want to be remembered at? Do you want to be remembered as this great guy that was like Robin Hood to the people, this king, or do you want to be remembered as a coon, a rich motherfucking coon with all the flies, new shit, and you just enjoying your life and fuck the people? Which one would you rather be remembered as? You know what I'm saying? Me, I would rather be memorialized, man. Because for one, I don't believe in death. I feel we live forever through the legacy that we leave behind, the memories of our loved ones, our friends, and family, and all the people that we touch through their memory and through our bloodline. You know what I'm saying? We live forever through that. So it's like, how do you want to be remembered? Yeah, great. That's a tough one. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, when you leave the hood, you leaving back so many other kids. I mean, I know that we have our direct kids, but all of the kids are yours. You know what I'm saying? You're responsible for all of the kids that come. If you come from a certain place, all of those kids are yours. You know what I'm saying? It take a village. You know what I'm saying? So you leave behind everybody else. You haven't really made a change. You changed your life, but with effect, how do you affect others' lives? How does your life affect others' lives? Everybody's not going to be able to get rich and make it out the hood. You know what I'm saying? So what about those people, the less fortunate? What about the less fortunate people? Do we just say fuck them? I mean, me personally, I can't. Yeah, I can't really judge nobody on like the decision that they choose to make. You know what I'm saying? But we got to understand that money is just a tool to navigate through this universe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have to. With great power come great responsibility. So if everybody takes that mindset just to leave the hood and don't never come back, then it's like, man, we just gonna deteriorate as a people. That's where most of our people is at. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're gonna leave the majority of our people behind. You know? Yeah, but that's basically the only two choices you got. So I can't even get mad at a person of taking the high road if you want to just live a long life and be comfortable, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at you about that. But me, I'm a revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going out fighting, man. I'm gonna go out on the battlefield. You feel me? I'm gonna go out in the trenches, with my people. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to pull as many of them out as I can, but I'm definitely going out on the battlefield. That's a fact. Parcel. Parcel. I'll be right back. Hold that. Yo, 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 yo. Yeah, we definitely going out on the battlefield though. You know what I'm saying? You know, the revolution starts in the mind. The revolution definitely starts in the mind. You know what I'm saying? However you doing the work, man. Even if you just doing like what I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of ways to bring your people where you at. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to physically bring them. You know what I'm saying? But there's plenty of ways to do this work and to wake people up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all right, let me read this to say this title mean no fucking sense. I didn't even know who Nipsey Hussle was before I heard he had died. You guys from USA don't understand the difference between be big in the US and big worldwide. I can't even pronounce that name right there, but I'm gonna take it that you just coming in and you haven't listened to the whole build. I've said probably 4 or 5 times during this build that Tupac music, I identify more with Tupac's music than Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? To me, Tupac made some fire ass music. I feel like you know what I'm saying. Tupac, what made Tupac a great artist, it was his message in his music, but he knew how to pick beats, man. Hey, Tupac, and that's one of the things that's the measure of a great artist that know how to select their beats, and that's what Pac was great at. And I feel like his music was better. He was a better artist as far as like he was more musically inclined than Nip. He was his lyrics was better. The way he put his words together, his wordplay, he just was a better rapper than Nipsey. But I feel like Nipsey message outside of the music, the things that he did outside of the music is what I'm saying he did more than Tupac. This has nothing to do with the music. You know what I'm saying? The community work that Nipsey was able to do, just he put his money where his mouth was. Tupac never was able to run up a bag and put his money where his mouth was. He was never able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So just alone right there, and how Nipsey gave back, you know what I'm saying? That he did more than Tupac. So for a person to come in the room and just disagree with that, I feel like they haven't done the research. You know what I'm saying? Just go look into it, see all the things what Nipsey done outside of the music. You know what I'm saying? Go tap in with him. Go do the research. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Nipsey made better music than Tupac. I'm not saying that Nipsey reached more people through his music than Tupac. I'm not saying that Nipsey had more fans than Tupac. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying that he did more for our people than Tupac as far as outside of rap. Like Rick Ross said, it's deeper than rap. You know what I'm saying? I liked it. I liked it. Some of Nipsey's songs. You know what I'm saying? But Nipsey was a person that was doing a lot of things outside of the culture. He was 33. Tupac died at 24. I don't say a bad thing about Nipsey. I just say Tupac is legendary, and I didn't even heard who Nipsey If you didn't hear who Nipsey was, man, just go do your research on him, man. As far as basically the things that he did in the community. Do you agree that Tupac did more for our people? I mean, pardon, sir. Do you agree that Nipsey did more for our people as far as the community work and just as an activist and things of that nature? I ain't gonna lie, what I'm saying, with the title, I worded it like that, what I'm saying, not trolling or nothing, but I worded it like that, for a reason, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is Tupac did more for, I mean, pardon self, Nipsey Hussle did more for our people than Tupac. And I'm not talking about the music, not with the music, because I like Tupac's music better. I feel like Tupac was a better artist. He was more polished. He was a better artist. But I feel like Nipsey did more for our people as far as the STEM program. He was working on the Dr. Sebi documentary. He was giving back a lot to the community. He helped build up that community where he came from. You know what I'm saying? And his message was heavy as far as the message that he was delivering to the youth, like when you would watch his interviews and different things like that. You know what I'm saying? In his music, he mixed the ratchet shit with the consciousness, or he mixed the ratchet shit with the black empowerment. You know what I'm saying? Message. You know what I'm saying? And that was once he got that ear, then he was able to sprinkle the consciousness in their ear. You know what I'm saying? He got the streets. Once he was able to get the streets ear, then he sprinkled the consciousness in there. And that's an effective tool to be able to apply that method. You know what I'm saying? When you sprinkle the consciousness in there with the ratchet shit, that's an effective tool to use to grab the youth. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like he was able to do more for our people. And yeah, man, you know, long live neighborhood Nip. You know, long live Nip. Long live Tupac. Long live all our greats, man. You know, long live all our greats, man. Real spill, man. But we going up. We passed the hour right now. I just really wanted to come and, like I say, that bill. I've been planning to do that bill for the last 2 days, and this bill for the last 2 days, and I've been so busy, and I was like, fuck it. I was like, it's not fresh no more, and I didn't even want to do another video about Nipsey Hussle. I got to that point where I was like, I'm not doing another Nipsey Hussle video, but I feel like this has to be said. You know what I'm saying? People need to go do their research and go see who this guy was outside of the music. You know what I'm saying? The music is one thing. He made dope music. But I'm not talking about that. Nipsey was one of our great leaders. You know what I'm saying? So go see some of the things what he was working on outside of the in the community. You know what I'm saying? He was 33. Tupac died. It says it's like being a gangster. Some G's put in work, then other G's don't mean that he's not a G. That's a fact. That's a fact. Hell yeah, man. And then it's like shit. The more you do, the more stripes you get. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that has to be, that has to be said, man. I want, the boy Nip to get his proper accolades, man. I hear everybody talking about the Dr. Sebi documentary, but I don't hear nobody talking about the STEM program. That's fucking me up. I feel like the STEM program, I fuck with Sebi. I fuck with Sebi. Like I say, I even apply some of the information that I've got from Sebi. But and health is wealth, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like that STEM program was way heavier than that documentary. Y'all go look into the STEM program when Nipsey was bringing to all the urban communities across the country, man. The inner cities. He was bringing this STEM program to all the inner cities across the country, man. Y'all go look into that, man. Just that alone, Yeah, man. I don't know why ain't nobody talking about that. Science, technology, engineering, and math, man. He was bringing Silicon Valley to the inner cities, man. Yeah, man. Y'all go research that, man. And I heard Nick Cannon saying that he was gonna do the documentary. He was gonna finish the documentary for Nip, which I applaud that. I salute that. Yeah, I applaud that. I salute that. But I want somebody to pick up that STEM program what Nipsey was laying down. Yeah, I don't know why nobody ain't talking about that, man. That's major, man. He was bringing the skills and those tools from Silicon Valley to the inner cities. This is something that our kids need for the future, moving forward in the future, and start our own Fortune 500 companies. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily to work for their 500 companies, but start our own companies. You know what I'm saying? Black empowerment. Nipsey was on that type time, man. So yeah, man. I just wanted to give Nip, what I'm saying, his proper respects, and to just, I didn't hear nobody talking about that STEM program. And, I definitely wanted to put that conversation out there. You know what I'm saying? Somebody definitely needs to pick that up, you know what I'm saying, and continue that too. You got your Dr. Dre's, you got billionaires out there on the West Coast. You got your Dr. Dre's, you got your Ice Cubes, you got some dudes, man, out of LA, man, that can really continue that vision that Nipsey had. I seen that Jay-Z, I want to shout out Jay-Z, man. He's another one. I don't necessarily really, I never really, he got songs that I fool with, but I never really been like a big Jay Z head or fan. I feel he's dope, but I fool with him more for the shit he does outside the music. And even just how he continues to sign these young artists and just the work that he does outside the music. He basically started he either started or opened up a $15 million trust fund for Nipsey Hussle's kids, man. And I feel like shit like that, that's commendable, man. Shout out Jay Z, man. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Because in multiple interviews, you know what I'm saying, Nipsey went on record probably, I can't even count how many times he said that Jay Z was his favorite rapper or that was his favorite artist. So I feel like that's dope, man, for Jay Z to do that, man. You know what I'm saying? We need more Jay Z's, man. You know what I'm saying? We need more Nipseys. You know, straight up. We need more of these type of people, and this is just basically like I'm speaking on like as far as the industry goes. These folks that got all this money, power, and influence. You know what I'm saying? Because we all can do what we can. You know what I'm saying? As far as the circumstances provide. You know what I'm saying? We all can do our part. But these folks that got all the influence and the money and the power, you know what I'm saying? We need them to get on board, man. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Nipsey passing, it might, get a couple of them more on board. And that's what we need, man. Long live Nip. You know what I'm saying? He definitely lived through me. You know, he lives through all of us. Nipsey lives through all of us. You know what I'm saying? Through the legacy he left, the memories that we got of him, his message, all of that stuff. And yeah, long live Nip, man. Nip lives forever. And once again, this is not mourning Nipsey Hussle. This video is not mourning Nipsey Hussle. This one is more just kind of you know, giving it up for his accomplishments that he was able to, the things he was able to do while he was here physically. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's all I wanted to do. Come here and speak on that. And I'm standing on that, man. Nipsey Hussle did more for our people than Tupac. If you get feeling another way, y'all get in them comments. Y'all y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. You know what I'm saying? I comment back, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. I ain't even gonna hold y'all up though. Energy and love.